Billions in lost treasure rest at the bottom of the ocean. Spanish galleons. Pirate ships. But why are most of them never recovered? It is estimated that over 3 million shipwrecks are scattered across the world's oceans, and 95% of them have never been touched. Beneath the waves, especially in American waters, lies a vast world of submerged history. And we are not just talking about chests of gold. These are time capsules, windows into our past. Most remain untouched, protected by the deep. In this video, we will dive into the complex reasons that keep these treasures out of reach. When we say treasure, we need to think bigger. UNESCO defines underwater cultural heritage as all traces of human existence of cultural, historical, or archaeological character that have been underwater for at least 100 years. That means more than gold and silver. Historic shipwrecks like the Spanish galleons in Florida or the Civil War ironclad USS Monitor, associated artifacts like cargo, cannons, coins, and personal belongings, submerged prehistoric sites such as 7,200-year-old cemeteries off the coast of Florida or 12,000-year-old sites in the Great Lakes, structures swallowed by the sea, and even military aircraft from World War II. In the United States, we have the Nuestra Señora de Atocha, the Monitor, and the Confederate submarine Hunley. These finds are not valuable because of the metal, but because of the stories they reveal. If you enjoy this kind of mystery and history, hit like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get to the point. Why do we leave these treasures underwater? The answer lies in 5 interlinked reasons: technical, financial, legal, ethical, and environmental. First, the technical challenges. Every 10 meters of depth adds 1 atmosphere of pressure. In deep trenches, pressure is brutal. A tiny flaw in a submersible can cause instant implosion. ROVs need titanium hulls, oil-filled electronics, and perfect sealing. The environment is dark, freezing, and corrosive. Below the photic zone, artificial lighting is required. Currents are strong and unpredictable. Saltwater aggressively corrodes even marine-grade metals. Only about 20% of the seafloor has been mapped in high resolution. Finding a specific wreck requires expensive sonar surveys and expert analysis. And once found, lifting large or fragile objects is a monumental engineering task, often needing custom equipment. The biggest technical problem is conservation. Artifacts stabilized underwater quickly fall apart in open air. Wood cracks, iron rusts violently, fabric disintegrates, desalination is needed through repeated soaking in fresh water. Stabilization follows with treatments like polyethylene glycol for wood or electrolysis for metals. Each material needs a specific method: lab facilities, chemicals, climate control, and trained conservators. Large objects can take years or decades to preserve. Sometimes the best choice is to document and leave them where they are. Second, the costs. Every phase of recovery is expensive. Research vessels, sonar, ROVs, cranes, crews. A research ship's fuel alone can cost $40,000 per day. The SS Central America operation required over $12 million in investment. Preservation costs even more. Initial treatment, long-term stabilization, climate-controlled storage, scientific analysis. Universities and museums must consider the permanent financial burden. Who pays for this? Public funding is limited and highly competitive. Universities and no AA focus on research. Private companies seek profit, selling valuable items. That creates ethical and legal conflicts. Non-profits rely on donations and focus on science. In practice, most shipwrecks remain untouched due to lack of funding. Third, legal complexity. The 1987 Abandoned Shipwreck Act transferred ownership of most historic wrecks to U.S. states. These sites are no longer salvageable property. They are protected cultural resources. Commercial recovery is restricted. Military vessels like German U-boats enjoy sovereign immunity. They belong to their country forever, even if they sank in U.S. waters. The 2004 Sunken Military Craft Act prohibits disturbing these wrecks without explicit permission, which is almost never granted. Did you know even centuries-old foreign warships are protected by law? Let us know what you think in the comments. Outside state waters, the jurisdiction is federal. In international waters, things get more complex. The 2001 UNESCO Convention recommends in situ preservation and opposes commercial recovery. The U.S. supports its principles but did not ratify it due to legal concerns over jurisdiction and warships. Still, many U.S. laws align with its rules. Unauthorized recovery can result in fines, equipment seizure, and jail time under laws like ARPA. Fourth, ethics. Modern archaeology prioritizes preserving context. Removing an object destroys relationships between artifacts and the site. In situ preservation is the gold standard. Recovery is justified only in extreme cases. Treasure hunting seeks profit. It often uses destructive methods, ignores non-valuable items, and treats cultural heritage as merchandise. Archaeologists reject artifact trade. Many wrecks are human graves. They contain remains and deserve respect. Others hold deep meaning for indigenous or descendant communities. Ethical recovery requires consultation and transparency. Fifth, the environment. Digging disturbs sediments, clouds the water, and destroys habitats. Many wrecks become vibrant artificial reefs. Removing them kills entire ecosystems. Modern wrecks may contain oil, fuel, chemicals, asbestos, or munitions. Disturbing them risks contamination. NOAA identified dozens of wrecks with high oil pollution risk. All major recovery projects must comply with environmental laws like the National Environmental Policy Act. They require detailed impact assessments, public consultation, and mitigation plans. If the risk is too great, recovery may be denied. Even scuttling ships as reefs requires extensive cleaning, regulated by the EPA. So why are sunken treasures left untouched? Because it is technically hard, incredibly expensive, legally restricted, ethically sensitive, and environmentally dangerous. Now we want to hear from you. If you could explore one historic shipwreck, which one would you choose and why? Leave a comment below. Maybe the real treasure is not the gold or the jewels. It is the knowledge these places hold, protected in silence, waiting to be studied with care, not plundered. The ocean floor is a vast and fragile museum, and the golden rule is this: observe, document, but most of the time, do not touch. The real gold of the deep does not shine. It tells stories.